Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Jack Daniel's. This is their Heritage Barrel Single Barrel Tennessee Whiskey Toasted Barrel Edition, coming in at a 50% ABV, at least 8 years old. So, Jack Daniel's is one of those bottlings that I truly do love. These bottlings here, the Single Barrel Selects and all those, top notch, some of the best value in whiskey, in my opinion. The bottled and bonds are really good as well. This is one of their newest additions to their core lineup here in 2025. So again, just to get this out of the way and pulling off that band-aid, you will be able to find these at some extent at some point. Obviously, as hype goes, a lot of these are flying off the shelf, so don't overpay for it right now. It will become shelf stable, according to Jack Daniel's. This is a very interesting release. So there's a little bit going on here, and I'm going to read some of it from the website because I don't want to miss out on any of the details. So what we're doing here is taking Jack Daniel's mash bill of the 80% corn, 12% malted barley, and 8% rye, doing our sugar maple charcoal filtration to it. But the big thing here is these are actually being aged in a toasted barrel. Now, what that exactly means, and I'm going to read it here so I don't mess up anything. Standard barrels are toasted for 12 minutes and then charred. However, the Heritage barrels are toasted for 24 minutes and then flash charred, doubling the toasting time and meeting the minimum requirement to still be considered charred oak for purposes of qualifying as a Tennessee whiskey. Also, the distillate itself enters the barrel lower than 100 proof and then aged for at least 7 years in some of the highest elevation spots. So kind of a cool idea that they're doing here of not just a finishing project, but a whole different aging project. On top of that, this being their initial release to a lot of areas is actually 8 years old. Even though the back of the bottle says at least 7, they actually put barreling dates and dump dates on here. So we know that this one here, the first batch, is actually just shy of over 8 years, which is kind of cool to see. And I think this is going to be an interesting experience to see how Jack Daniel's handles such a unique barreling process for them. I love a good toasted barrel. Tends to bring across a lot more sweeter notes. I'm going to assume by the color and by their process, we're also going to get some good charriness going on in here as well. So let's hop into it and see how Jack Daniel's handles those kind of shoes. These single barrel bottlings, I love the look on these. Always a big fan. And they did stay with the 750 milliliter on these too. Kind of surprised me. I wanted to glance at it before I got into it too far. So as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit, become a member if you'd like. If you're interested in some other reviews that I've done over Jack Daniel's, links to those videos will be up above and down below for you to check out. Now, the big thing here is that we're going to have to remember this is a single barrel, so flavors and experiences will drift slightly depending on that. But this will at least give us an idea. Gosh, that is some thick plastic. Made sure that one was staying on. But yeah. Paid a little over MSRP on this one. I got kind of talked into it last minute, but I'm happy to experience it, and it wasn't that too much. A little salty on it still, but I'll live. Man, that color. That is like a dark, raw honey color on there. Beautiful oakiness going on. Look at that. Alrighty, let's go for notes. Oh, yeah. That is beautiful on the nose already. Very sweet, but like vanilla custard, creamy texture, kind of sweet. Toasted marshmallow. You definitely get that kind of classic Jack Daniel's with that kind of mapley sweet going on in there. But you're also getting this beautiful, creamy, kind of custard, or maybe even more like a creme brulee note going on. Beautiful oakiness. But yeah, no, it's definitely turning into like a charred creme brulee top on that. That marshmallow in there, just slightly overdone kind of marshmallow. Like you got it nice and toasted all around. You took your time, and then you just held it in there for just a little bit longer to get that little bit of bubbly black on its surface. Nice bit of caramel. Beautiful ribbons of caramel in there. Maybe even a little bit of a toffee-like note. No ABV, nothing harsh, no off notes. Oh, man, that almost goes a little bit of brittle-like as well. Not quite peanut brittle, not like that, but just like the brittle itself. That sugar maple showing through. Oh, man. Man, that is just rich and sweet. But not like a sugary sweet, more like a vanilla custard creamy sweet. Love the cherry elements going on in there. Definitely, you can tell the toasted going on here is on another level. Again, it's not that it's just finished in a toasted barrel. This is exactly what I was hoping it to be on the nose. That is inviting, beautiful. It still has Jack Daniel's backbone, but it's sweeter, and it's such a beautiful way. Alrighty, let's go for a taste. Charriness. Definitely Jack Daniel's in its profile. You're gonna have a little bit of maple sweet, but not quite as heavy in the maple notes that we typically find with Jack Daniel's. That toasted barrel difference shines. It's creamy, beautiful texture on the palate for only 50%. Has a beautiful warmth to it, doesn't go over 50. Actually drinks closer to maybe a 47, 48. Not too far off. Nice bit of like a oaky char layer going on there. Almost double oaked quality. Finish is a little lacking on my first sip. Maybe just a little bit of like a burnt sugar note going on in there. But still has a great oakiness. I like that a lot. Yeah, you're definitely getting that toasted marshmallow, creamy vanilla, custard-like quality going on there. Cream brulee. But that has a gorgeous coating on the palate. And then you're getting that little bit of maple sweetness here in the mid-sip. A little bit of oakiness. That ribbon of caramel is there. That brittle note is showcased just slightly. Just a very small percentage on there. But it's got this nice, simple finish on things. A little bit of sweetness. Again, comes across like the burnt sugar top on creme brulee. And a light bit of oakiness in there. That's a great sip. Man. A little bit of brown sugar here as well. Very classic Jack Daniel's. Dials back in that maple note, but amplifies that toasted, sweeter vanillas and custards and all the other things we were just talking about. Again, that marshmallow note, beautiful. I love that. To me, that is one of the notes I look for in a good toasted barrel, and they delivered here. Yeah. The complexities are there. The only lacking spot for me is I wish the finish had a little bit more to it, but that's just me splitting hairs at this point. That's a good sip. Alrighty, let's talk about a grade for this one. How about that? So, again, this is going to be shelf stable, but I did pick this up from a local place and they sold it to me for 80 bucks. SRP on it's going to be 70, so $10 markup for me, and I still don't think that's bad. This is an 8-year-old single barrel product. Jack Daniel's took this to another level with that charred, the toasted barrel idea on its aging. And it showcases from beginning to middle to end. Again, for me, the finish itself is lacking just a little bit, but it doesn't take away from the experience. The beginning to middle are just gorgeous, and the finish is just nice and simple. And there's nothing wrong with that at the end of the day. I give this a good solid, I'd go A-. Again, especially if they're going to keep this at a 7-year age statement, single barreled, for $70. I can't argue with that. Pricing's right there. Jack Daniel's, yet again, honing it in on a flavor profile that is just gorgeous. Again, just definitely don't overpay for this one, but I'm okay with where I'm at on there. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Jack Daniel's Heritage Barrel, Toasted Barrel, Tennessee Whiskey. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirit I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, May your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I really like it might not.